Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hi, Hungries.
That was shit. We're dads.
This is the Dad vs. Dad podcast.
Where we pick up guitars and play the intro sometimes.
Because we're finally in the same room at the same time. It's been like 4 weeks or something?
I don't even remember the last time I looked at you in person.
Since then, Kevin's completely ruined my background. His cats have pissed all over everything. This place stinks. That's why I've got a candle nearby.
Oh, gross.
Oh, God.
It's, you know what? At the height that it is, it really annoys me because the cats go, that looks fun to
That's
climb.
an enticing height to climb.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I'm going to jump on that and I'm just going to ruin your day. And so they do that, and then I put it down, and then it curves up at the back, and they're like, you know what, I really feel like that's a pissable spot.
Just realised my hair's still up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Turn it off.
It's okay.
Change your hair.
It's okay. I think we can manage. Nah, it's all right.
People who listen through Spotify, Jeremy's hair is up.
Yeah, I think we got 2 listeners on Spotify still. Everyone else has gone to YouTube, which is kind of cool.
Welcome,
I like
YouTubers. YouTubes.
Yeah. Okay, Kev, how was your month? Like, we've been gone forever.
No, but we still spoke. Like, I still spoke at you a couple of
We
times.
haven't spoken to these guys.
No, I spoke to you. Well, I worked a bunch. Like, I don't think I've done any... Actually, no, you know what I did?
Right.
I went and bought a bench
Nice.
for weightlifting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and teaching the kids to do weights again.
Oh, they're going to be toughies.
Yeah, so we did proper bench press.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. All, yeah. And then we did back. And just organising the weights, I got back up and, oh,
Oh, no.
you start to realise how much above 30 you are when trying to put on the weights that you're supposed to lift.
We absolutely have to get back into riding as well.
Oh, I know.
That'll strengthen our legs and our core, probably.
Well, I have a mate who's really keen to start walking again.
You know it's better than walking?
Hey?
You know it's better than walking?
Running.
Riding. Riding's the best.
Well, at least we're
exercise
not
in the
running.
world.
Imagine being runners.
I was contemplating taking my bike back home because
If that's what you wish.
then I've got it and I can like go for rides.
Maybe.
I might have other people in my life who like riding too, you know.
Do you?
No, but I'm hoping to find someone.
Well, yeah, honestly, the riding thing for me, as much as I want to do it, I think about the pain that causes me.
Well, and it does. After you get used to it, after a long time riding, it doesn't.
But the butt pain?
Yeah, that stops too.
No.
Yes.
Surely not.
No, it does,
Like,
because you build up the muscles there. It's like you build up your guitar fingers, you build up guitar butt.
What, a callous butt?
Yeah, you callus up your butt, and then you also weigh less.
Well, yeah,
As
I
you're
figure
riding,
the
you weigh
weight that
less
you're
and less
putting
and
on
less,
the butt, on
and
the
it gets
seat.
easier and easier on your butt.
But,
And the fun thing, the big cushy seats,
yeah.
they leave you in way more pain later, and long-term pain.
Well, that's back pain, though.
Yeah.
That's bodily, that's ergonomics.
Yes.
But I'm talking about the pain of, like, riding a bike and hurting your butt, and even to the point where you're like, I don't know, it hurts. It hurts to sit on that seat.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to get a comfy seat.
No, you don't. Because once you build up the tolerance to that seat, no more pain. You'll be fine forever.
I don't know if I want to deal with that, though. Maybe I could lose the weight first.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, apart from that, I do need to go riding or walking on everything. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Because, like, within a year, I still weigh the same. Maybe we need to do weight challenges again.
Well, definitely 100%. If you're not going to get back into riding, definitely going to take my bike back because there's no point in being here then.
Yeah. Well, I do want to. It's just, am I going to do it?
Yeah.
Find out on the next 6-day break.
Yeah.
We'll see. How was your time?
Yeah, good. Went to Melbourne.
Oh, yeah?
Saw the new dad's baby.
Yeah. Congrats, Jed.
With some friends. Vera came with. It was her first big holiday.
Oh,
She
how was
loved
that?
it. Huge. Loved it. It's the best time.
Where did she go? Like, just stayed at mates' places and...
Yeah.
You couldn't drink all the time then.
No, we didn't drink much
You're
at all.
a dad now. Isn't that weird? You start being a dad and you go on holiday and it's not about drinking heaps.
Yeah. Well, and all of them have kids now too. Most of them. So they don't drink either.
I miss going and just being a drunk. You know, as like a teenager, you go out and just be smashed all the time.
Yeah.
Turn your phone off. Now.
Have important things.
Yeah, a podcast.
It is podcast related.
Is it? It's your Amazon, isn't it?
No. So yeah, it's been a fun month. I've been sick. So I was sick before I went to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Right? A little bit of a cold, whatever. Lasted for like 2 or 3 days. Then on like my last night in Melbourne,
Yeah.
I had just like crazy fever.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep. And I was like, oh God, I'm getting really sick.
And you drove
And then
home.
during the day, fine. Then at night, sick again. And that kind of cycle continued.
Yeah.
And then the whole week that followed, I was just really sick, fever and sore throat and all this.
Yeah.
And then one night, spent the entire night coughing non-stop. No amount of water or Vicks or anything was slowing down that cough. Just endless. And then woke up with the sorest throat in the world. I think I've like got an ulcer or something in there now from all the coughing and the reflux.
Jesus.
Had a crazy lot of reflux. So yeah, that's fun. I'm going to go see a doctor and get some reflux stuff sorted.
You know what? When I used to smoke, I was a screamer as well. So I used to play hardcore music and I'd scream. And I'd always have this raspy voice, but no matter what I did, it would recover within like a day or two.
Yeah.
And it was perfect. It was like just fine. I stopped smoking, still screaming, dead.
Yeah.
Just throat. And now I've got... So if I sing hard, I start to cough because I'm almost certain I've got what do they call them? It's like vocal nodes, which is like calluses on your vocal cords. So your vocal cords are like 2 elastic bands.
Yeah.
So when you're like, they vibrate. So if you don't warm them in, they just bash each other. So basically, I'm ruined.
Great.
You either need to get them cut out or I'm not sure. But it's gotten better over the years. It sucks though because I can't sing real great no more.
Could you ever?
Nah, not really.
It was pretty good.
It was
Okay. We've got some newses.
Newses. What's your news?
Well, this is kind of related to your mountain last week, the vegan pushers. Remember we spoke about the vegan restaurant guy in Melbourne? He banned vegans. So an activist came in.
Yeah.
Screaming and all this. Saying, you've got blood on your hands and all this. It's yelling at all the patrons and all this. And it's just like, no, you're not having a bar of it. So yeah, he's like tackled her. Well, someone on the staff did, and they got her out and everything.
Yeah.
And he come out and said, I've never really wanted to be a guy that stands up against anybody. I never wanted to be in that position. But bullies come in all shapes and sizes, and these lot just happen to be vegans.
Yeah.
And he said the restaurant's bookings have tripled since all the clashes with the vegans.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy popular now. So effectively, because of the vegans piping up and all this, they're having to murder way more animals for all the patrons as a result. So, like,
you know, I was speaking to...
The vegans are effectively responsible for killing 3 times as many animals because they were fighting up against it.
Order.
And so he said, thanks, vegans, you're barred for life. And now I'm going to open up a steak restaurant just to piss you off even more.
I love it. I love that heaps. But also, I was speaking to a guy from work yesterday, and he was saying he used to live with a vegetarian where he'd walk in and be like, meat is murder, and then throw like little bits of bacon at him and stuff.
Yeah.
I love just, there's almost an assault aspect to it. But, yeah, vegans, it's the push. I really just hate anyone who has an opinion that's more higher than anyone else.
Yeah, and the thing Again, like, I hate vegan pushers a
Mhm.
lot as well. And most of them I know aren't.
Yeah.
But they still, I feel like they should be. They're not reducing any animal death by not pushing it.
Vegan pushers to me is basically your cancel culture people.
Yeah, kind of.
Right? They're the same people. They're the guys who get on Twitter and whinge and cry, and
Yeah.
they're the same people who stand in the street with milk poured over them. And
But also with their beliefs that, like, that animals are being tortured and murdered and that we really need to stand up for them. They can't just sit back and be like, well, I'm not eating animals, so I'm not killing them. They're still being killed and murdered and all this.
Yeah, just stop running farms.
Well, that's what they have to try and do. Some of them do. Like, they'll, like, raid farms and kidnap all the animals and stuff, or, like, tie themselves to machines and whatever.
We have cats running around.
Yes.
And they're dangerous. They're pushing on cords and things.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous environment.
Quick, have him put down.
No. He's going to step on the space bar. Stop it.
He might actually.
Go away. Go. I got to chuck things at him.
Where's your squirty bottle?
Them. What?
Where's your squirt bottle?
In the kitchen. Andy. Go. That worked.
Okay, what was your news, Kevin?
Stupid cat. Okay, so my news is I'm not using that one. Italian man cleared of assault because grope only lasted between 5 and 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Oh man.
So, an Italian judge has provoked outrage after clearing a school caretaker of sexual assaulting a teenage girl because the grope lasted a handful of seconds.
Yeah.
A 17-year-old student in a school at Rome complained of being groped by a caretaker as she walked up the staircase with a friend in April 22.
Yeah.
She said her trousers had fallen down from her waist, and as she was pulling them up, she felt a pair of hands touching her butt before the man grabbed her underwear and lifted her up by about an inch.
Jesus.
She said that when she turned around, the caretaker brushed off the grope, saying, "Love, you know I was only joking."
Huh, it was just a joke. Didn't actually touch her.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Well, you did. You did touch. And by the sounds of things, he lifted her up about an inch by the undies.
I don't know if she lifted her up or just the undies up an inch.
Maybe.
I feel like it wouldn't have surely been atomic wedgie.
Gotcha. She's little dangly legs. But
Yeah.
how
And
do
then
you...
the judge ruled it was less than 10 seconds, so it doesn't count.
How long were you groped? Well, just...
Yeah.
That's
Because
3
they're like
seconds.
a very touchy people, probably.
1,
very
2,
hands-on.
3. That's a long time.
Yes.
You imagine, like, just sitting there in a car, and let's say you get a lift home from a cab or something, an Uber driver, and they're like, "See ya, thanks for the ride," and they just grab.
It's a long time to touch a stranger.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9.
Safe.
Oh. That's a
Yeah.
long grope.
That's insane. But because he's made that declaration now, surely everyone's just going around groping everyone.
But like the timers.
Yeah.
But I think it was based on the fact that there was a TikTok trend going around where they'd stare at the camera and grope their partner.
Why would a judge be looking at TikToks and basing these thing on that?
While I was refinding this news, apparently there was a female who was tackled who tried to claim assault or sexual assault, and they ruled it out because we're in an age of twerking.
Right.
Like, because a certain acceptance of a culture comes out, other things are like, look, we live in a weird time.
You guys are asking for it now.
yeah, you can't do that. You can't say that you're asking
But
for
that's
it.
what they're effectively saying. Was like, well, some of you twerk, so you're basically asking for it.
Yeah.
I've seen twerking.
I heard Katy Perry talk about Peacock.
That's like the judge
You're done.
saying, look, if I was around a girl twerking, I would rape her. That's what he's effectively saying. Like, he wouldn't be able to stop himself. That's why he would allow
Part of
other
the culture.
people. Yeah, that's effectively what he's saying.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, this is okay because I would do it.
Well, what did Trump say? He was like, grab her by the pussy or something. Like, all right.
Yeah, it was locker room talk.
Yeah.
Like the boys, you know.
The boys. Well, I don't know if you can get away with it.
He wouldn't actually do it.
No.
No, he's just talking about, and that was him just talking himself up, like how big he is, that like he's that famous and powerful that he could just grab anyone.
Yeah.
Like, and like it was an exaggeration, maybe. He probably has done that.
Well,
And supermodels and stuff.
Could you imagine me and that guy? And the girls
Hey!
just...
No, but the idea is they wouldn't be like that. He's so powerful, they're like, yeah.
That's so fucked.
Yep.
That's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I just don't...
What a guy, though.
What a guy.
He's a hero.
I feel like... don't get me wrong. The guy's a real piece of shit.
Hero.
But I just watched a thing on Kanye,
Oh, yeah.
right? And so he'd been around since the 90s, and finally he produced the song for Jay-Z. And Jay-Z he was already huge, and so he released that and it became this big thing. And everyone was like, Kanye the producer.
Yeah.
And they loved Kanye. And he was really humble, and he was like, yeah, I'm very good at this and blah, 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 but I want to be a rapper. And then no one took him seriously.
Yeah.
But then he started doing real weird shit. Like he went into the record labels and played his music and started rapping for him on the spot.
Yeah.
And his friend filmed the whole thing. So there's a full documentary from the 90s coming up. And then it got to the 2010 era where he started going real weird. He did the Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah.
So that's when he started getting real weird.
He was very talented, though.
I mean, he was a wordsmith.
And his music as well.
As far as production goes, yeah, he has a mind for producing music. It's very clever, which any producer is.
Not everyone is as clever as Kanye at producing.
Are you really saying that Kanye's the man?
He is one of them. He's the top tier producer.
No,
He's got an ear for it. He's like, some of his music is amazing.
Some of his... Look, I've got nothing against his music.
A lot of the time, like him mixing in like the early, like old R&B stuff from like Otis Redding and that kind of stuff, and mixing that in with new beats and stuff is amazing.
Yeah. Well,
so cool.
That is good.
Yeah.
I have nothing wrong with his music.
He's talent.
He has talent.
Yes.
But have you seen him try and speak up?
What do you mean?
Okay, so, all right. After that, he went and tried, Kanye 2020, I'm going for president.
Oh, yeah.
And he met Trump and everything. And then he had that speech, and he's talking about abortion.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, he's mentally disabled.
He is.
Yeah, I think he's like one of those savants. He's just genius at music and rapping. But then everything else, he's just
My favourite thing, though, is he's in the car after that speech, and he's on the phone to his dad, and his dad's like, you should have written it down. Yeah, because he did this whole meltdown. You can find the link on whatever.
Yeah.
And then he went on to what was it? Not Howard Stern. He's a music guy, but there was another guy who's Alex someone.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how Hitler wasn't that bad.
Yeah, he loved Hitler. No. But the point of that it wasn't so much that Hitler wasn't so bad. The point was, because he was coming from a religious side, that you should love everyone. God and Jesus wants you to love everyone. That's why he's saying, like, you should even love Jesus. Not Jesus, Hitler. Sorry, I mixed the two up. And so, like, that was his point. Was like, wasn't necessarily that Hitler was a good guy, but like that even Hitler was capable of some good, and that we should love him because he was one of God's creations or whatever.
Look, Hitler may have done some good. He may have. He might have taken the trash out for his elderly neighbour, you know.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
But you can't excuse genocide.
No. No, but you don't excuse that. But no. But his point is that even God would have loved him because God loves everyone.
You can't. Well, yeah,
and
okay.
A true Christian should love Hitler too.
That's
Really.
hilarious.
They have, like,
it's hilarious.
They should, because he's a human.
I don't know
you
if
don't
that
have
was
to love
his
what
stance.
he did.
The fact is, he went on and just he needs to write shit down, because when he sits and spits lyrics and stuff, he's quite clever.
Yeah,
and it comes off the top of his head, and he can work with it.
Yeah,
right. But when he just sits in a room and starts talking, people need to go, buddy, you gotta chill.
Yeah,
you gotta slow down. There was another bit where they filmed him like talking to these people about buying a house, and he was like, he need rewiring. It was like, this machine is broken.
Yeah.
Put it in the pile.
I think that in his mind, he is so smart because he's so good at some things. So in his mind, he's just a genius.
Honestly,
like everything.
I think the documentary was called Yeezus.
Yeah.
I think he was actually fairly
we shouldn't be calling him
level-headed.
Kanye. His name is Ye now.
It's Ye.
We're dead naming him.
Yeah. He was pulled down to earth by his mum. And he was so close with his mum.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. I thought that was really cool. Like, his mum was like his biggest fan and really supportive.
Yeah.
And then she passed away from a heart attack, and then he released, was it Donda?
Oh,
Donda was his mum's name.
Right, that's the one he released on the music box thing. You couldn't actually buy the album.
You couldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Buy my mum, $200.
And you know why he did that?
Why?
Because he had to find a way to outdo what the Wu-Tang Clan did with their selling a single album to Martin Shkreli.
Oh, I love that.
But yeah, they had the auction for a single album. You couldn't make any money of it. Once you own it, it's yours.
Yeah.
You could put it in a museum or whatever. You could do whatever you like with it except for monetize off it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's amazing.
Look.
And so
I love the
when that
art
happened,
stuff.
like,
I love the art stuff.
Kanye had an album coming out around that time. And after he heard that, it just threw him through a loop. He's like, I can't outdo this. That one album, that's a piece of art now.
Yeah.
It's like...
It is art, yeah.
It's, and a special piece of art. It's not an art for the world. It's...
Look.
Yeah, and his way of doing that was releasing this stupid little music box.
Which, look, probably... I mean, what? Radiohead were just like, here's this album for free.
Yeah, and that was a fun way to do it.
That was a great
it wasn't
way.
for free. Pay what you want for it.
U2 forced their music, and then their apology was, I got an iPhone.
Yeah.
And, like, I was pushing play on something.
Yeah.
And it didn't play the songs that I wanted. Like, it should have automatically gone to Spotify because that should be the default, but it didn't. It played that album of U2. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Music? Check this out.
And I was like, how do I delete this? Immediately.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so that U2 thing was insane. But I love the art stuff in music. Like, I don't have an issue with Kanye doing what he did. I think it was a really... like, stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang releasing one
copy of an album.
One copy out is incredible.
It's
so weird. It's so like, this is for the superfan.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, if someone wants it that much, they will just never let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy cool thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Childish Gambino did something not something similar. It's very different. He did an art thing where he released this album, but I think in one of the booklets of the actual CD thing, you had to tear out one of the pages to get like an extra thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're so clever.
Yeah.
Love it. Anyway, that
stuff's cool.
Yeah. Kanye is nuts.
Yay. Stop
Yay,
dead naming him.
yay. I think he's still Kanye.
No, it's yay.
I don't know if you change it
You can't
back.
just say that. Like, if you have a trans person at work, suddenly they went from Jean to Janelle. And you're Jean to me still. No, that's dead naming. You're not allowed to do that.
But he's not. Okay, yay. Okay. All right. I wrote in yay. And the first thing it said... Oh... It was... Stop your phone. It's
Hurry up.
okay. Yay. It's yay. Okay.
Well, I almost bought an iPhone from Prime Day. The 2020 SE phones they've got for like, I don't know, $200 or something. And like, that's a good size, like a palm size one and everything.
Yeah.
Really close to getting it. It was like, I can't.
You
I can't Apple. And I've got a perfectly functional phone here. Anyway.
That's fair.
Let's get on to the comments from the last few ones. So this week, the winner from this week is going to be from the last 2 weeks because we haven't recorded in 2 weeks. Anyway, on the video from...
What was the mountain?
From the... Well, we're doing comments first. This isn't related to a comment. It's with mountain.
You.
This was on the YouTube video for Jeremy's Vagrant.
Yep.
So... Chang Tiang said, in quotes, there will be links in the video description. I should put them there. You had one job, Jeremy. Yeah, I will do that on the next one. And then someone else posted, yo, my N-word, and just wrote the N-word using a few different letters. That was a bit... okay.
Who was brave enough to do that?
You know. Okay, so for the mountains, in third place is the N-word. Fourth place, the N-word.
Yeah.
Third place is homelessness.
Okay.
How is that third place? It's one of the worst things in the world.
How is that
That's the third biggest mountain.
Not as bad as the N-word?
That should be way worse. No, it's third. Fourth is the N-word.
Yeah, why is that less? Why is that more?
Homelessness is a bigger mountain than the N-word, obviously.
Okay.
Then, second, people think this is worse than homelessness. Modern Android devices. And then the absolute worst thing, the biggest mountain in the last 2 weeks was vegan pushes.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
How is that worse than homelessness? Homelessness. People are dying in the streets. They're struggling. They're doing drugs all around our kids. These people, they don't have a home. Oh, yeah, but a vegan told me not to eat meat once. God. Anyway, got some comments on those as well. Leave vegans alone or I'll push you into... No, I can't do that. No, that was from Chloe. And you responded, into a stack of veggies. Classic. On homelessness. Poke the Sleeping Cat says, since the term casual smoker, should we refer to the couch surfing as casual homelessness?
Ooh.
And Tanked Yank, this was a pretty serious comment. I get the concept behind give everyone a house, but I do not believe this will solve the issue. As with everything, it could assist the majority, but there will always be those who would be in a house that they start to tear apart because they opted for recreational substances over utilities, and window frames to make good firewood for the fire they built in the lounge room in order to partake in the recreational substances. Rinse and repeat. And yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Homelessness, it's not a problem that you solve by giving people houses. That's not a solution, really.
And you know what? You see housing properties and the yards are just like no one's mowing those lawns.
Yeah.
Because they don't... There's a pride and joy about spending money on something, right?
Yeah.
You rent something, you're like, I'm spending a lot of money. I should probably keep this place nice.
Yeah.
Or if you own a home, you are like, there is no way I'm letting this investment go downhill.
Yeah.
housing or homelessness, just go, fuck yeah, got put in a house.
Yeah.
I've got a roof.
Yeah.
Let me like that.
Not going to shit about it.
Yeah. It's horrible.
And the same, like, even with video games. When I get, like, free games on Game Pass and stuff, like, cool, check them out, play them. I won't usually do as deep a dive as if I'd spent money on
100%.
it. If I bought the game, I'm like, I've got to get the most out of this, and, like, look at every nook and cranny. And, like, I enjoy the game a lot more because I am giving
still
it all.
playing Zelda.
God, me too. That
That was like $70. And I've spent, like, I looked at the time spent on that game. I'm embarrassed to say.
Tell me.
It'd be above 260 now.
Yeah. And
260 hours. That's too many hours. But I also play it on night shift.
That game has effectively cost you $3 an hour. Like, if you think about what else can you pay $3 to get an hour worth of entertainment? There's almost nothing.
That's
yeah. I like to compare it to, like, movies.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like,
yeah, you're not watching that movie over and over and over and over and over.
No, and, like, yeah, you might get 1 hour out of, like, an hour and a half or whatever.
Yeah.
For, $20 or whatever. You go to movie theatre. I don't know how much it costs, but
yeah.
Okay.
There was all the Hollywood strikes this week as well.
Oh yeah. Well, we can talk about that next episode. It's lame. It's annoying. Hate it. The writers aren't writing anything good anyway.
I did see there was some lady, unknown name, and I'm like, I don't know who that is, and she was whinging. We had the volume down at work, so yeah. But yeah, whinging, and then is best known for Fran from The Nanny, and I'm like, oh, that's who it is.
Who was doing that? Oh,
The Nanny.
Fran Drescher.
Yeah, I had no idea who it was, and that might be why they're whinging. We're not getting paid enough.
Is she a writer now?
Forget who you are. Maybe.
Yeah, she's probably used to earning all this crazy money from being in, like, a super successful sitcom.
Well, as long as she's not speaking,
she has the best voice in the world.
It was pretty shocking.
More comments on vegan pushes.
Yeah.
How do I adopt a vegan, please? Will I get discounts on my meat? Remember, I suggested you buy 3 meats. Just find a vegan, tell them they're sponsored. And no discounts, though. Sad face. Yeah, okay. We can get into some mountains. You go first, because you won with... What was it?
Vegan pushes.
Yeah.
Vegan
pushes. What a huge mountain.
Shut
Way
up.
worse than homelessness. Oh my god. You guys,
we got justified reasons why homelessness isn't.
You can go back, you can go onto the Reddit, you can downvote vegan pushes, you can upvote homelessness. Homelessness is a problem. The solutions are not good. That doesn't mean it's not a problem. It's a huge problem, whether there's solutions or not. We should mow them down. Something like that. You
can't say that.
I said it.
That puts you just as bad as Hitler.
No.
Well, yeah.
No.
You're like, homelessness is a problem.
He took people out of their homes. He took people out of their homes and stuff.
Well, he did, yeah. No,
yeah.
He did
wasn't
a
just killing. If he was only killing homeless people, I don't think anyone would mind.
Before I go into mountains, I do need to talk about a book I just read.
What?
The Tattooist of Auschwitz.
Right.
Now, this book was a Nazi camp love story.
Right.
Cats are climbing your backdrop.
Wait. Alright.
It was a Nazi camp Nazi camp love story.
Yeah.
Basically, he was this tattooist and he was tattooing numbers on arms. There's one bit though which was shocking. I'll just remove them. Playtime is over. Oh, I can't move. Nazi camp love story. Basically, he tattoos these people. Yeah. The crazy thing that happened was there were 2 tattoos the same number.
Right.
And they had to identify what the correct number was. So he runs out and he grabs... so he has to go up to a gas chamber because these 2 men are dead.
Yeah.
And they have to identify who's been killed. So he lifts the arm and he's like, that one's meant to be an 8. they release him. And on the way back, the soldier's like, tattooist, you're probably the only Jew that will ever go into that and leave alive.
Mm.
And then the soldier starts laughing. That is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up.
Never. Anyway.
Right.
Good book, though. Good book.
So you mountain Nazis?
Nah.
Got something way worse.
Physical book collectors is my mountain. Okay?
Yeah.
Because why do you need them?
Well, they're good. They're trophies.
They are.
Look what I've read.
Yeah.
Look at all the pages I've flipped through. But the smell of them, everything about them.
Yeah? That's what's your positives?
Love books.
I love books.
Yeah. Way better for your eyes.
Let me tell you.
What?
I hate the idea of sitting there with a book and you get the sore neck. And then, if it's a big book, you're looking up top and you have to... And your arms get sore.
No, your arms are okay.
Everything about it. I hate it. I
love
really
it.
hate... No.
And it's not, it's just curling up and being comfy with a book. And then, that's half the thing, finding a comfortable position is just, the best.
No.
It's like, yes, I nailed it. I'm reading a book and I'm comfy.
I read books on my tablet, and not only is it the best, because I can change whether I read it through a white background or a black background.
Yeah.
So if it's nighttime and it's bad for your eyes, I just change the color.
Yeah.
And I just read. And it's
still bad for your eyes when it's yellow.
It's not yellow. It's black or it's white. And if that doesn't work, there's multiple different
the black
whites.
and white thing is the yellow thing is the best thing for your eyes, but it's still bad for it. Swapping between black and white, it's awful.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. I get a sore neck, okay?
Yeah.
And I get a cramped hand from holding a book. How am I supposed to sit there and hold a book with a sore neck and go, this is an enjoyable experience?
You get comfortable. You don't sit like that.
Well, I'm not sitting like that, but I end up that way.
It's fun. It's more interactive.
You know the people who are hunchbacks like this?
Yeah.
You ever seen an old librarian?
Yeah, they're really straight and tall. They're like the most proper people in the world. They're so neat with the thickest of glasses on the planet.
Do you know why they've got thick glasses?
Because they read too many books.
Because they're like, because if they don't sit up straight, they have to sit that way.
Yeah.
To magnify the words, because otherwise they'll be sore.
Yeah.
Every hunchback you've ever seen read books wrong.
Yep.
They read hard copy books. So get yourself a tablet, read a book.
Right. So your mountain is, what was it? Physical book collectors.
Physical book collectors.
Okay.
Oh, look, no, I can't justify it with that. Because some of them are like, if you're a book collector, that's a different thing. Physical book readers.
Okay, well that's pretty lame.
Preferers. Physical book preferers.
Okay, my mountain is e-readers. These are losers who read books on their phone. Like, look, I'm saving the environment. I didn't chop down any trees to read my book.
Didn't talk about the environment.
Well, books are just wonderful. They just smell great. They look great. And you never walk into a house with a lot of books and go, ugh. Ugh, books.
No, I do.
It's always a bit impressive. Looking through and looking at the titles and stuff.
Right. I love the trophies. Shut up.
What is this guy read? Look how smart this guy is probably. And it just gives you a bit of an insight into who they are. You're like, ooh, Mein Kampf? Who is this guy? Yeah.
I have considered reading it. Just out of a curiosity thing. Same as I've been curious about reading the Bible.
Yeah, yeah.
And any religious text.
Yeah, yeah. But no one's going to go through, what books have you read? Oh, check this out. And I'll show them your phone, scroll through the list. Look at all these.
No.
Or like just a number. I've read 160 books.
No one's showing it off.
No, but you do with the book.
No, you
case.
talk about it.
No, you don't even have to talk about it with the bookcase.
That's
You just
the
sit
problem.
back and like you just notice everyone ogling like, wow, look at all those books. I mean, I don't have a book. I've got like 6 books, and like half of them are cooking books. Also, how much better is using a cooking book than a digital, like looking it up online or a digital
You
book?
don't have to deal with the story beforehand.
Yeah, no story beforehand.
Oh, man.
No having to like set your phone so the screen never falls asleep.
Get a tablet.
And then
Get
when
this. Look, perfect. Look at this.
yeah, or just get a cookbook.
Well, yeah.
And then like you
No,
get
but
like
then you sit there and you're like, oh, I've got bloody shit on it.
no, it's just open all the time, and it just looks great. And like when you get like bits of stains from the food on there, it's like memories. And then you can share
Look at
your
that.
physical books as well.
Spaghetti.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you could screenshot and send.
yeah, and then like breaking the like as you read the book, even like you first read through. Like from the beginning, it's all pristine and perfect and nice. Then by the end of it, the spine's like all cracked and broken.
good.
And it's like peeling at the corners and all this. It's just really satisfying to see something wear.
I do like seeing things wear.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But books...
Like we dedicate giant monuments to books. Like the National Library of Australia? It's a huge monument just to look at books.
So
mate.
maybe it's the... Because I used to collect CDs, right? You used to have this pride and joy of your CD collection. You remember you go into a mate's car and be like, can I see your CD wallet?
Yeah.
Like, so exciting.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was digital and it was just like, can I see your Spotify?
Yeah.
Who do you like? Oh, I've never heard them. I just added them. Like, all right.
Yeah.
So, no, I get it. I'm just not happy about it.
Yeah, books are wonderful. I really love them. I really need to get back into reading. I'm still halfway through Magician. I haven't picked up in months. I bought a friend a copy of it just to try and kind of, hey, maybe if they read it, they'll talk about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to read it too.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. I haven't read it either.
See, I read The Tattooist of Auschwitz in like a week. I was just like, oh my God, this is incredible. And just kept going. Like, I couldn't put it down. That was one of those books.
Well, like 1984, which kind of started.
Yeah.
I read that in like a couple of days.
I think there's a difference between the way it's written, like
Yeah.
it's very sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way that it's written, it's very like individual person and descriptive.
Yeah.
And I'm not...
Well, because they're really painting a picture of the
Yeah, they
world
are.
that they're in and everything.
And I'm struggling to even... Maybe I'm just too tired this week because I've really struggled to even do anything.
Definitely, you got to try it. It's really, really good.
Okay.
I can't say much more without spoiling a lot of things.
I'll read it.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone get a book. Just get one. Even at Goosebumps. Get something. Feel that paper in your
how
fingers.
expensive they... We looked at Dragon Ball Z books for the kids. 160 for like 4 books.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Maybe it was more than 4.
And you go to a book market.
10 cents.
10 cents.
Sick.
Yeah, go to any secondhand place. I mean, you're probably not going to find Dragon Ball Z books there.
No.
And are they like manga books?
No, they were... Oh, yeah. So, like, the actual manga.
Yeah, that stuff's always crazy expensive.
Same with comics. You spend $50 on a comic.
That's crazy. Because comics used to be like 5 cents. Like, they were like nothing.
No, well, that's like the page thing, or you can get, like, the full novel itself.
Yeah.
So, depending on what you get, like, you can get, like, as they release them weekly, like the short snippet, the chapter.
Yeah.
You can get that, and that's, like, $5 each.
Yeah.
Or you buy the book
the
at
big
50.
collection thing. Yeah, no, okay, that's all right then.
Yeah. I just go to, like, Revolution CD and buy them for, like, $15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or online.
Yeah. Because, like, and how much better is even comic books in physicals and like digital pictures on your phone.
Comic books.
Like seeing the ink and everything.
Comic books, I kind of agree, especially like Batman City of Owls. There's one bit where you actually physically have to turn the page.
Yeah, right.
That was so
That's
cool.
fun.
Yeah. And then at the end, you're like, which side of the book am I on?
Yeah. And like
Really
some books
good.
do like fun things. Like remember all the Andy Griffiths books? They'd always have like a flip book going this way and a flip book going the other way.
Yeah.
And like all the pictures and jokes and stuff around the
I got them
sides.
for the kids. They didn't get it.
Yeah.
They just weren't interested. And some of those stories were so good as well.
Yeah.
Like the like he wanted to swim in the shower, so he got silicone and siliconed it up, and
Yeah.
and then he realized there was no way out, so he had to go through the vents and drop to the ceiling naked. Like,
And the family had like guests over or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
great stories.
Fun. Yeah.
But yeah, they just didn't get it. Oh, damn.
Weird, man. Kids are weird.
Yeah,
When you show kids something that like you really enjoyed as a kid,
yeah.
I'm always so nervous when I do because I'm like, I know different generations. There's like age gaps.
Vera's
I'm like,
very young though.
yeah, but it's still. I'm like, oh, is this going to be good? And then like, showed her Mr. Bean, loved it. Thought it was the
See,
funniest thing
that's
ever.
awesome.
And I was like, phew.
Yeah, Rusty, we've had a few of those. I don't know. He's so on off.
She's been watching this show called Glitter Force,
Okay.
which is basically Sailor Moon.
Ooh.
Same kind of thing. Some high school girls. They've got some little creature that follows them around and is super cute.
Oh yeah.
And
Is it
they do a
anime?
thing. Yeah, it's an anime.
Yeah. Although I
don't think
rewatched
it's-
some Sailor Moon and it was just screaming the whole time. She's like the most annoying person.
Yeah. This one, the joke's pretty good stuff. Pretty
Yeah,
funny.
okay.
Yeah, so I might watch a bit more of that. We'll see. We've always finished Korra. That's been amazing. She's really loved that. Avatar and Korra.
Yeah, no.
You should watch
I've
Avatar.
been told to watch
Like,
that.
It starts off, it is very, very cartoony and silly at the start.
But same was Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but then like the fights get so good. The way they use their abilities and stuff, and it's really cool.
And I've heard from many, many people that is just the best series. I think even Ellie watched that and just said it was incredible.
Yeah. Korra, it's better in a lot of ways, but they are less creative with how they use their abilities. Like, because there's the 4 abilities: wind, water, earth, and fire. And they just do really cool creative stuff with how they attack with all the things.
Yeah, okay.
And and then the next one, it's kind of they just throw fireballs or rocks and stuff at each other. It's still pretty cool, but it's not as cool. But the stories are cooler, so whatever. Anyway,
I'll check them out.
that's about all we have. So if you'd like to vote on our mountains, mine is e-readers,
And
which basically any digital book forms.
and mine, I said earlier, and I don't remember.
I'm going to call it paper physical books.
No, physical book readers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because physical book preferers. Physical book preferers. It's got to be that because there's no way it's anything but.
That's stupid.
You're stupid.
Why not readers?
What do you mean?
My physical book readers is better, and then it kind of lines up with my e-readers one.
Because I don't hate the people who read them. Because I read comics and I love the comics, but it's the preferers who are like, I prefer a book and
Okay, whatever.
because ebooks are convenient and amazing, and it goes against you. Okay.
Well, you can vote for those on patreon.com/dad or on Reddit at r/mountain-or-molehill.
Mm-hmm. And eventually I'm going to cut some shorts, and you might also.
I'd love to cut some shorts again, just over no time. I do miss having the shorts up there, and because most people would just watch the shorts.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Bye, Hungries.
We're dads.
Okay.
Let's have lunch.
Okay. Okay, and then we got to do a bonus step.
Since growing a beard, I'm no longer grossed out by pubes. Because anytime you see a long curly hair, you're like, it's a beard.
Probably a beard hair. How do you know it was a pube? Because it's curly. Should we play the intro?
God.
What?
Let's give it a go.
I need you to count me in.
I think I'm out tune.
Don't tune it with the cape on. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, I'm nervous. Start again. This is not how that goes. All right.